When I first met Sarah at a coffee shop near campus, I was immediately drawn to her shy smile and the way she nervously tucked her hair behind her ear when she laughed. She was wearing an oversized sweater despite it being late spring, but I found her modesty endearing. Looking back now, 14 years later, I realized that the oversized sweater was the first sign of what would become a marriage lived entirely in the shadows. Our courtship was sweet, if unusually chaste. While my friends were regaling me with stories of their romantic adventures, Sarah and I held hands and shared innocent kisses. She's just traditional, I told myself. She's saving herself for marriage. The thought made me respect her even more. I was so naive. I'll never forget our wedding night in that beautiful resort in Maui. The room was perfect, rose petals on the bed, champagne chilling, the sound of waves through the open balcony doors. I had pictured this moment 1,000 times during our engagement. Finally, we would be together as husband and wife. "I'm really tired, honey," Sarah said, emerging from the bathroom in full pajamas. Long pants, long sleeves, everything buttoned up to her neck. "Can we just cuddle tonight?" One night became two. Two became the entire week. Every evening, I'd watch other couples walking hand in hand on the beach, clearly excited to return to their rooms, while my new wife complained of headaches, exhaustion, or simply not feeling it. "But Sarah," I finally said on our last night, trying to keep the desperation out of my voice, "we're married now. This is supposed to be special." She turned away from me in bed. "Don't pressure me, Mark. That's not romantic." I should have known then. I should have gotten an annulment immediately. But I loved her, and I convinced myself that once we settled into married life, things would change. Back home, I thought removing the pressure of the perfect honeymoon would help. I was wrong. Sarah developed what I came to recognize as an elaborate system of avoidance. She'd stay up late watching TV until I fell asleep. She'd wake up extra early to shower and dress before I stirred. Changing clothes happened behind locked bathroom doors. "Honey, can I come in?" I'd ask when I heard the shower running. "I'm almost done," she'd call back, though I could hear the water had just started. Our bedroom became a carefully choreographed dance of timing and positioning. She'd slide under the covers fully clothed, wait for me to turn off the lights, then change into her pajamas under the blanket like some sort of modest contortionist. Maybe once every 2 months, if I was lucky, Sarah would make what I generously call an attempt. These encounters followed the same painful script every time. "Mark," she'd whisper in the complete darkness of our bedroom. "Are you awake?" My heart would race with hope and anticipation. "Yes." "Okay, but keep the lights off." What followed could barely be called intimacy. It was more like a medical procedure, clinical, rushed, and utterly devoid of passion. She'd lie there like a mannequin while I tried desperately to connect with her, to feel something, anything, that resembled mutual desire. "Are you okay?" I'd whisper, trying to see her face in the darkness. Just finish," she'd respond, her voice flat and distant. Afterward, she'd immediately roll away and pretend to sleep, leaving me staring at the ceiling, feeling more alone than if nothing had happened at all. Over the years, I tried everything I could think of to help our situation. I bought books about intimacy and left them on her nightstand. She never touched them. I suggested couples therapy. We don't need strangers in our business. I even gently mentioned that maybe some lubrication might help with her discomfort. "That's disgusting, Mark. Normal people don't need that stuff." Normal people. As if our situation was normal. As if marriages were supposed to exist entirely in darkness, with partners who recoil from each other's touch. I found myself studying other couples obsessively. At dinner parties, I'd watch how husbands casually placed their hands on their wives' backs, how wives would playfully swat their husbands' arms when they made jokes. Such simple, natural touches that seemed as foreign to me as speaking a different language. "Why don't you ever touch me like that?" I asked Sarah once after watching our friends Jim and Lisa share a spontaneous kiss at a barbecue. "Touch you like what?" she asked, genuinely confused. Like you actually want to touch me." She looked at me as if I'd asked her to solve quantum physics. I married you, didn't I? Isn't that enough? People see us at social gatherings and comment on what a perfect couple we are. Sarah is beautiful, accomplished, and charming in public. I've learned to play my part as the devoted husband who adores his modest wife. If they only knew the truth. The hardest part isn't even the lack of physical intimacy, though that's certainly painful. It's the complete absence of desire in her eyes when she looks at me. I've never once seen her face light up when I walk into a room. I've never caught her checking me out or giving me a look that says she finds me attractive. I'm just there, a fixture in her life like the furniture. I find myself wondering what it would be like to be with someone who actually wanted me. Someone who would reach for me in the morning instead of pulling away. Someone who would look forward to our time together instead of treating it like a chore to be endured. I understand now why people cheat. I never thought I would be the type of person to even consider it, but lately, I catch myself noticing other women in ways I never did before. The woman at the coffee shop who smiles warmly when she hands me my order. My coworker who laughs at my jokes and sometimes touches my arm when she talks to me. The way their eyes light up with genuine interest and warmth. I haven't acted on these thoughts. I'm not that person, but the fact that I'm having them at all terrifies me. Is this how it starts? Is this how faithful husbands become statistics? Some nights, I lie awake next to my wife and wonder how we got here. Was she always this way, and I was too blinded by love to see it? Did something happen to her that she's never told me about? Or did I somehow fail her as a husband, making her withdraw from me more and more each year? I've tried talking to her about it, but those conversations always end the same way. Sarah, I feel like we're more like roommates than husband and wife. What do you mean? We get along great. But we're not intimate. We don't connect physically or emotionally. I'm not a sexual person, Mark. You knew that when you married me. Did I know that? I thought she was just shy, not completely averse to physical intimacy. There's a difference between being modest and being completely unavailable to your spouse. At our friend's anniversary party last month, someone made a toast about keeping the spark alive in marriage. Everyone laughed and clinked glasses, sharing knowing looks with their spouses. Sarah smiled politely and raised her glass, playing the part perfectly. But I felt like a fraud sitting there, pretending to relate to jokes about married life when my marriage bears no resemblance to what they're describing. How do you two stay so connected after all these years? Our friend Michelle asked us later that evening. We just respect each other's boundaries, Sarah answered smoothly, squeezing my hand for show. Right, honey? Right. I agreed, though inside I wanted to scream. Boundaries are healthy, but walls are prisons. Now, at 38 years old, I find myself at a crossroads. Do I continue living this way for another 14 years? Another 30? Do I keep hoping that someday, somehow, Sarah will want to truly be my wife in every sense of the word? Or do I finally admit that this marriage is never going to be what I need it to be? I love Sarah, I truly do. She's kind, intelligent, and a wonderful partner in many ways. But I'm starting to realize that love might not be enough. I need to feel desired. I need to feel like my feelings matter. I need to stop living my marriage in complete darkness, both literally and figuratively. The saddest part is that I think Sarah is perfectly content with our arrangement. She gets companionship, financial security, and social status without having to deal with any of the physical or emotional intimacy that makes her uncomfortable. For her, this might actually be the perfect marriage. But for me, I'm slowly dying inside, one dark, lonely night at a time. So there it is, my secret that no one knows. While everyone assumes we have this perfect life together, I'm actually living in a marriage that feels more like an elaborate roommate situation. I've never seen my wife's body. I've never made love to her with the lights on. I've never felt truly wanted or desired by the person who promised to love me till death do us part. People always say marriage takes work. But what happens when only one person is willing to do the work? What happens when one person's comfort zone becomes the other person's prison? I don't have the answers yet, but I know something has to change, because this isn't really living, it's just existing. And I deserve more than that. We both do, even if Sarah doesn't realize it yet. Maybe it's time to turn on the lights, once and for all.